So I promised you guys this video talking about what happened at Jasper Speedway. But first I want to thank each one of you that have subscribed and ask any of you that haven't subscribed that are listening to this to please subscribe to the channel, where hopefully we'll have some more content about what I do in my day-to-day life with the radio station, Burton Campers, and my real estate business. I want to start out by first and foremost apologizing for losing my control. One of the things that I talk to some of the young guys that reach out to me about that have issues, and if you guys want to tell them, who you are that I've spoke to, that's fine. But what I try to take into my day-to-day racing life now that I'm grown, which I haven't before, is take into consideration in the moment, first thing you think is, who'd you get into contact with? Because that's usually what happens when somebody get mad. How long have you been racing with them, and how many accidents have you had? Is it the third or more time that you all have made contact with one another? If it is, and you're on the end receiving, it may be time to do some retaliation. First time you've raced with somebody, like I just raced with Nick in the 88 a bunch of times the year before, I think it was, and the year before that, there was no reason for me to do anything to him under caution, which I did. The track punished me for it. We didn't get money, we didn't get points. That's perfectly okay. I deserve that. However, my reputation kind of rolls over into my dad, which has always been a clean driver. And I don't believe them black flagging my dad because the incident was the appropriate thing. But if my dad ever wants to say something about that, he knows I got a camera and a phone, and they're together, and we can put it up, and he can say whatever he wants to say. All I will do is apologize to Jasper Speedway, my fans, myself, because I've tried to work so hard to get out of being that driver. And then that's pretty much all I got to say about that. Not a whole lot that I can say about it that would justify anything. I could throw some stuff out there, but, I can see Nick being mad. Nick, I would like, if you're watching this, for you to look back and see, with you and Devin, that you and Devin Stanley raced a really good race one night. He got into you. You felt like it was wrong. You retaliated and, ran over his car after the race was over. So look back on that. Take into consideration things that's happened before and that we've never had issues. Me and you personally, I don't believe ever had issues before. Take that into consideration and consider my apology. That being said, one of the things that riles me up is people, trying to big boy me, which Nick did not do here. Me apologizing to Nick is not something I've apologized to other drivers in the past before, because it's not something that I do. Trying to carry a bad boy mentality is not something I want to do anymore. I want to be friends with everybody. We race together week in and week out. I don't want to make people uncomfortable with me. We can talk about it if you want to talk about it, but I did promise y'all I'd make a formal statement about that, and that's what I'm doing here. It's not what this YouTube channel is really going to be about, but racing is a big part of my life, and we're so passionate about it, and that's why things like this happen. And we're going to get ourselves into these type of situations more so as the future goes on. It'll happen before. It's happened before, and it'll happen again. But maybe next time I won't be ignorant in the situation, and with retaliation, under caution, or under green flag. We should just try to race for the trophy, because that's what we go for. It's not about the money. We got too much money in the stuff to tear it up because somebody gets spun out, which may or may not have been Nick's fault. Situation, like I said, with my dad, we can just pass that right up. I'm not even going to comment on that because it's none of my business. He's driving his car, I'm driving mine. We're not driving each other's. If they want to talk about it, they can. My dad's always been a fairly clean driver from, watching him years back. That's really all I got to say about that. The next thing that I would like to address is the Fat Daddy 61. This is the eve of it. I'm sitting in the basement here where some of my work gets done on my cars. They're not here. They are at my dad's. He did some work on them for me since the baby was just born. And he's been keeping my car running the last few weeks while I've been trying to take care of family stuff, and I appreciate that. Small things, it's nothing major that he has to do, and he really can't do any major things anymore. That's another great deal with the Martins that we've had a run in. They're doing a great thing by putting this on for his dad. That's a heartfelt, I hate to look and see the future that my dad won't be with us while I'm racing anymore. And that kind of get me choked up. But what he's doing in remembrance of Bits, and Bits being a big part of Sayre Speedway, that's awesome. It's a great thing. And I was reached out to about sponsoring that race, and I'll make a statement about why I do not sponsor pony races. I don't want to be in the situation to where I win money that I've put up. If you put on a street stock race, you put on a late model race, things like that, you can reach out to me. Enduro races would be fun, stuff like that. Let me help with stuff like that. But I can't sponsor a mini mod race. It's against my beliefs that I'm going to put money up that I'm going to win myself. I don't like it. If the sport ever needed it for me and I could sit out and draw a crowd, I probably would do something like that. It's just not something I'm going to do. I don't want me or my dad or even a car that I sponsor like Adams to be a part of that. And people's asked me for money for mini stock races. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to give you money and it not have my name on it, because the minute somebody finds that out, they're going to think I've got something to do with the rules, or they think I got something to do with somebody getting thrown out, which we don't really have rules, but carburetors, and people will cheat in the carburetor. Things like that. I'm not going to be a part of something that I'm racing in. And with Nick and them not racing, I've heard they're not racing any of their cars. That, I can... that's a good thing. Not that I care. It's not a big deal for me. But yes, if I win the race, Nick finished second, and I got threw out for a carburetor I've been running all year, it would look bad to the fans. My carburetor's legal. Wouldn't happen, but it could happen to somebody else. Like probably the 38 car, because he's probably cheating. It's a joke. It's a joke. I sponsor Adam's car, and people ask me why I sponsor Adam's car, nobody else. He outruns you. Well, Nick's car broke one night, and I didn't think he was going to make it back for a few weeks, and I didn't give him money then. He didn't want it. But I want to race my competitors like Adam. Did I say Adam? I might have said Nick. I meant to say Adam. I sponsored Adam's car, and the reason why I did is because I want him to be at the top of his game when I'm racing him. My legacy is going to be built racing men like him and racing men like my dad and Roy. And some of the up-and-coming guys, maybe one day they'll look at me and say, he's earned his way to be winning those races. Adam's been doing this a long time. His dad's been doing it a long time. Just like me and my dad, hopefully one day I'll be the top dog in the division, and people will look up and say, remember when he used to get spanked by Adam? Now he's getting spanked, He's getting to spank these young cats that's racing against us now. There's a lot of young fruit in our division that's probably going to be some really good racers. I'm not going to brag on any of you because I don't want you to think that you're going to be that good, because I'm still racing against you, but one day it might get said. But I'm still young in the game. 12 years. You look at Adam, he's been racing a lot longer than me. My dad, Roy Umber, and those guys, Harlan, they're legends in this stuff. And maybe it's just Saturday night local legends, but they are legends in my eyes because of what they've done. And, Jeff and Adam, they carry a legacy of their own, being fast week in and week out when they race. And me and my dad, I hope, carry the legacy of we showed up. A lot of people can't show up and run second, can't show up and run third, and just hope for a chance to win. We work on our stuff just like they do. We work on our stuff just like they do. And Jasper, we're very, very competitive. Sayre, we've been very, very competitive. And we plan on being that way for a long time. Sayre's putting on this race with them, and I greatly appreciate that. It's big for our division to be able to win the kind of money that they're putting up. I wish I could help, and I will help with other divisions in the future. But I won't help with the mini mods. That's really all I wanted to sit down and say in this video. I'll put out a video more about what the channel's going to be about, and hopefully get some better equipment to where and more straight on with the camera, lighting's better and stuff like that. But in the basement, just shooting some stuff right now. Probably do a studio in the bedroom so I can stay upstairs with the family when I'm doing some stuff. If you want to be on, if something happens during the race and you want a platform to put your thoughts out there, as long as it's not negative towards the sport or negative towards the racetracks, I will let you say whatever you want to say, and I'll put it up. You just send me the video over and I'll put it up for you. Not going to be here bashing, not going to be on here talking about anything that's going to be negative towards the sport, because it's not what we need. Hopefully I'll do some giveaways, maybe some Gardendale Performance gift cards and stuff like that, so that you guys can, number one, we can help Jimmy Wesson and help local business, along with help the sport grow. And if you guys need any safety equipment, stuff like that, that we can do a drawing or something and let you guys win it, it'll be at no cost to y'all. So thanks to everybody. If anybody's got anything about this video, you can leave it in the comments, or you can reach out to me on my social media, Facebook, or you can text me. My number's out there. It's the emergency hotline for Burton Campers, 1-205-471-1708. For your camper needs, I'm here for you. I got some rental properties that I do. Anything that you guys need, you can reach out to me. Racing wise, I'm not going to sell you any parts for a Toyota though, so don't ask. Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe.